Hello students, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today I am going to make video on important terms related to motion. Okay, so let's start with the definition of motion. How can we define motion? The simple thing is that when an object changes position with respect to surrounding, then object is said to be in motion. For example, any object is at position A, it changes position and he moves at point B, then object is said to be in motion. For example, I am staying here, I am changing my position with respect to surrounding, then I will be considered in motion. If object doesn't change its position with respect to its surrounding, then object is considered at rest. So this is the basic difference between motion and rest. For example, book lying on the table, so that will be considered at rest. So this is the basic difference. Now, if we classify motion as a uniform and non-uniform motion, so we say equal distance in equal interval of time. When object moves equal distance in equal interval of time, then motion is said to be uniform. Like object moves 1 meter and he takes 1 second, another 1 meter he takes 1 second, another 1 meter he takes 1 second. So this motion is called equal distance in equal interval of time, and motion is said to be uniform. Now, if we talk about non-uniform motion, so this is the equal distance in unequal interval of time. It means object takes 1 meter and takes 1 second. Moves 1 meter, takes 1 second, another 1 meter, he takes 2 seconds, another 1 meter, he takes 3 seconds. This is equal distance in equal interval of time. This is called non-uniform motion. So this is the basic difference between uniform and non-uniform. Now we take physical quantities. Physical quantities are those quantities that can be measured easily. For example, mass, length, and many more than that. These are physical quantities. Like force, velocity, all are physical quantities. Physical quantities can have magnitude and direction. Magnitude is what? Magnitude is a numerical value of any physical quantity. For example, we are measuring force, and force has a value of 5 Newton. So this is the magnitude. But we are saying force acting in a particular direction. So now we talk about direction. So it can have both values. But some quantities can only be explained by this magnitude. But some quantities needs direction. So on the basis of that, we can classify our scalar and vector quantities. Like we take example, physical quantities can be classified as scalar and vector. Scalar quantities are those quantities that can be explained by magnitude only. Vector quantities are those quantities that can be explained by magnitude as well as direction. Okay, for example, we talk about distance. So distance is a scalar. We talk about displacement. So displacement is a vector. Speed is a scalar, and velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, so how can we distinguish between these quantities? We will tell you. Okay, take distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. So the important term distance and displacement you have here many times, but sometimes students think that they are same, but these are not same exactly. There is a difference. How can we distinguish between them? So on the basis of that, we take an example. For example, there are 2 points A and B. Okay, and there is a path length between 2 points. This is the length between 2 points, which is called distance. So distance is determined as a path length. Okay, but when we talk about displacement, so displacement is a shortest path. Displacement is a shortest path. For example, there are many paths. Path number 1, like this is a 5 kilometer, and another path that is 7 kilometer. There is another path that is 8 kilometer, for example. Okay, so shortest path, which one? 5 kilometers, the shortest path. So that's why displacement will be 5 kilometers. It is the shortest path. And remember, displacement is always measured from this initial position. It is always measured from initial position. Okay. Let's take another example. For example, someone is traveling 2 kilometers. We say someone is traveling 2 kilometers from A towards B. Okay. So now 2 kilometers is a displacement, because now we are indicating the direction. Someone is traveling towards B. So that's why we say 2 kilometers is a displacement. Okay. But when we say only 5 kilometers, 5 kilometers is the path length, it is the distance between 2 points. So this is just a scalar. This is the distance. So on the basis of that, there is another point. Distance is a scalar and displacement is a vector quantity. Okay. So there is a difference. A scalar and this is the vector. Now another difference is also. For example, someone travels from A to B and again moves B to A. So what about the distance and displacement? So definitely A to B, like 5 kilometers, again B to A, so distance will be 10 kilometers. So distance can never be 0. It can never be 0. But when we talk about displacement, someone travels from A to B, again B to A. So it means now displacement is 0, because displacement is always measured from initial point, or there is no distance from initial point, so that's why displacement will be 0. So we can say it can be 0 on the basis of that. Another point, distance can never be negative. Okay, no negative. I will write directly, no negative, but displacement can be negative. It can be negative. How it can be negative? If we talk about someone travels in opposite direction of the B from A, so we say the displacement will be negative. Okay, and these are some important points. And if we talk about unit, so both quantities can be measured in same units. Okay, distance can also be measured in meter, and displacement can also be measured in meter, kilometer, centimeter, whatever. Okay, so there is no issue with the units, but there is a difference of direction. Distance is a scalar because it doesn't need direction, it is just a path length, and displacement is a vector quantity because it needs direction. This is the basic difference. Now, if we talk about speed and velocity, so definitely the difference between speed and velocity. Okay, in the same way, speed is a scalar, velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, S stands for speed, S stands for scalar, you can remember. V stands for velocity, V stands for vector. So velocity is a vector quantity. But how can we define speed? So if speed is the distance traveled per unit time, speed is equal to distance traveled per unit time, and velocity is the speed with direction. If we talk about speed with direction, that is velocity, means displacement. Displacement over time interval. This is velocity. Okay. However, both quantities can be measured in same units, like distance and displacement. Speed, if we talk about speed, so definitely it cannot be 0. It cannot be 0, but velocity can be 0. Why? Because displacement can be 0, so that's why velocity can also be 0, because displacement is a direction and velocity also a direction, and displacement can be 0 if it is measured from initial position. Someone reaches its initial position after the journey, so it can be 0, but speed cannot be. Again, it cannot be negative. It cannot be negative, but it can be negative in the same way. Okay, so this is the basic difference between speed and velocity, and you know very well, I have told you in starting, it is a scalar and it is a vector quantity. Okay, so this is the basic difference between speed and velocity. When we talk about average speed I can tell you here. Average speed. So average is basically mean of the speed, means total distance upon total time. Total distance upon total This is the average speed. Okay. When we talk about velocity, so velocity is also the average velocity. Average of what? Average of velocity. For example, someone travels, because velocity can be variable. So definitely there are two velocities. Someone travels with velocity v1. After time t, it attains velocity v2. Okay. So there is an average of two velocities, v1 plus v2 over 2. This is called average velocity. However, both quantities will have same units, but there is a just basic difference. This is the total distance upon total time, and this is the average velocity. It is the mean of the velocities, because velocity is a variable quantity. It can be variable and uniform also, but speed need not be constant. So this is the basic difference between speed and velocity. Now we take another term quickly. Another term is acceleration. Acceleration is what? Acceleration is a rate of changing velocity. Okay, someone travels with velocity v1. After time t, it attains velocity v2. So there is a change in velocity. Change in velocity, we can write delta v. Delta v equal v2 minus v1. When we measure this change of velocity with respect to time, for example, it is taking time t, so we can write change in velocity delta v upon t. So this is called acceleration. It is denoted by small a. It is just a rate of change in velocity. For example, someone is traveling with 40 km per hour, and after time t, it attains velocity 60 km per hour in 2 seconds. For example, 5 seconds. Okay. So what will be the acceleration now? So acceleration will be 60 minus 40 means 20 upon 5. 5 means 4. That is 4 meter per second square. This is called acceleration. Yes, meter per second square is the MKS unit of acceleration. How can we write? Because velocity is measured in meter per second and time is measured in second. So that's why that is meter per second square. This is the MKS unit of acceleration. So now we have explained acceleration and we have discussed some important related terms to motion. So I hope it is clear to you, and these terms definitely will help you to understand this chapter and to understand the graphical representation, to understand the equations of motions. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you have understand all these things. Thank you very much.